Hello guys, welcome to Dee's World. Um, do I always do it this way? I think I do. Okay. Anyway, so you guys, today we are talking about Kim versus Chloe. You guys, I did it wrong. Today we're talking about Kim versus Kourtney. Yeah. Okay, you guys, so if you don't know who Kim and Kourtney and Chloe and the Kardashians are, you're probably living under a rock. You don't have to like them, but we do know who they are, right? But it's just been a lot going on with Kim K and Kourtney Kardashian. I'm going to give my honest opinion, and I could be wrong, I could be right, we don't know. But I'm just going to give my honest opinion and let you guys in on what I think and how I feel about the whole thing. Okay, Kim and Kourtney are sisters. Kourtney is the oldest, then came Kim, then Chloe, I think then Rob, then came Kendall, and then Kylie. Okay, so Kourtney is the oldest out of the siblings. And sometimes when the oldest siblings always feel like they know everything, sometimes, growing up, they know it all. I'm the oldest sibling, so I know that feel of older siblings thinking that they know every single thing, okay? And the younger sibling don't know what they're talking about. But not all older siblings act like that. I noticed with my daughter Mania, she'll take, and she's the oldest, she'll take advice from Mariah. As like Mariah is the oldest, but she doesn't care. Mania doesn't give that older sister, the older sibling, should I say, like she doesn't give that older sibling like, I'm the oldest and you just have to, whatever I say is right type of thing. She always listens to her siblings and put their 2% in, let them put their percent in and all of that. So she gives them their, she looks at them as they're all on the same level. You know what I mean? But I don't know how Kourtney and Kim grew up. I don't know how it was in their house. But what I can say is now they are not getting along. And as you watch the Kim and the Kourtney, Kim and Kourtney throughout the years, they were close in the beginning of the Kardashians. It was Chloe that was the oddball when it came to the Kardashians, but now, Kim and Kourtney are at odds. So the main thing that they're at odds about now is about the wedding. Okay, so as y'all know, Kourtney was proposed to by Travis. She was proposed to by Travis for, how can I say this? Kourtney and Travis got engaged. Okay, Travis is the drummer from Blink 182. If you grew up in the early 2000s like I did with the Britney Spears and the NSYNC and the Backstreet Boys, we had a lot of rock groups out around that time, and Blink 182 was one of the rock groups that were out at that time. So she got engaged to Travis from Blink 182. And so here comes this beautiful wedding. So I'm thinking, okay, Kourtney was designing the wedding, of course. Kourtney always have to put her, even though Kourtney seems very shy and standoffish, she still has a lot of great ideas and a lot of things that she knows what she wants. Like when she did the Christmas party for the Kardashians, people were shocked because they're like, oh, well, Kourtney is not always on red carpets like Kim. She's not always going to this and always going to that. So people kind of look at Kourtney as boring. You know what I mean? But Kourtney, she has some taste. She knows what she wants. So Kourtney wanted this beautiful wedding, and she had the beautiful wedding, but she felt like Kim was using her wedding to make money. She thought Kim was using it for a campaign to make money and all of that stuff. So that's what we're mainly talking about. But before we get into that, I really feel like this all stemmed back from the fight. Remember the fight that Kim and Kourtney had? Remember that? And that fight was just, it was terrible. But I really felt like Kourtney is bullied sometimes when they're having their little sister circle talk. Like when Kendall was sitting there, she tried to bully Kendall, but Kendall kind of like, wait a minute, don't do that. Like, I'm one of the top paid models out right now. How are you going to tell me that I don't work as hard, you know? And so then she jumped on Kourtney, and then Kourtney couldn't take it, and it all spiraled out of control, and they end up fighting. And I don't like how Khloe, as y'all know, is it me? But Khloe is always instigating. People that instigate are miserable, and they want someone to be miserable because they're miserable. So she loves to instigate. You know, that just boils me up every time it just gets on my nerves. Just to see Kourtney sitting there every time Kim says something, she go, oh, yeah. Oh. Like, would you stop instigating? Like, that is so, I could see it, they were all friends, but this is your blood, this is your family, and you sit there and just instigate, you know? And that, to me, a little bit of Kim being a bully and then Khloe instigating, I think that's where the fight came out of. And then when Kourtney, you know, basically slapped the crap out of Kim, then here come Khloe. Why would you do that? Did you not see Kim just slap the crap out of Kourtney too? Like, they almost act as if Kourtney comes into the room and just come out swinging. Like, it all started from something. I hate when people try to blame you like you're the problem when I'm the reactor. I reacted to what you did to me. So how am I the problem when I simply reacted to what you did to me? So I think Kourtney was reacting that day. But anywho, let's get to the wedding. So Kourtney is having this, you know, beautiful wedding, and the mom sends a text saying that she wants them to repost about Kim's campaign that she's having, right? And I think Kourtney, yeah, her wedding was in Italy or whatever, you know, but Kourtney has vibes. And you know, Kim, she has vibes too. Do y'all remember when they started to shop for their Christmas gifts? And Kim was like, can we just not talk about vibes, because I don't want my vibe stolen from someone else, right? Well, Kim, you stole Kourtney's vibe. Kourtney, even, you know, Kourtney had this vibe going around for her wedding, and Kim took it and made it into a campaign. Yes, I know Kim tried not to do it around her wedding date. That's what she says. You know, she said that she didn't want to do it as close as they were. She mainly seemed like she was pushed into it because of who she is. And I understand it, but at the end of the day, you guys, they don't need any more money. Like, even the people who are on Kim's side, like, half of y'all are struggling. You know, half of y'all are literally living from check to check, and you're telling me that Kim needed more money? You know what I mean? Half of y'all need money for this and need money for that, and y'all are taking up for a billionaire that has a lot of money. She didn't have to do this campaign. She could have said, you know what, because it's family, because it's my sister, I opt out, give it to somebody else. Kim would have been okay. She's a billionaire, okay? And don't make this video, don't come after me in the comments. I love Kim, I love Kourtney, I love Khloe, I love them all. I love Kris Jenner. I love her as a mom, how she, you know, loves her daughters and her son, and promotes them the way she does. I love that. But at the end of the day, Kim didn't need any extra money. Let's just be honest. She's a billionaire. Okay, she didn't need that. She didn't need extra money like that. Okay, guys, let's be honest. So I just felt like she could have just said, you know what? Once she saw the response from Kourtney, first of all, I think it should have been a phone call. Okay, like Portia said on Real Housewives of Atlanta, this could have been a phone call. She should have maybe called Kourtney and said, look, what they're trying to get me to do is very similar to your wedding. I just want to let you know. If Kourtney would have hung up in my face, or she would have not responded to me, I would have said, never mind, I don't want my sister mad at me. You know, I have enough money. You know, now this was the Kim back in the day when she was trying to come up, and maybe Kourtney would have married Scott and she stole the vibes. Then, okay, you know, Kim is still on the come up. But Kim has made to be honest, you know, she's up there. Kim, you know, Kim is one of the biggest stars out right now. So it's not like she needed the extra exposure. You know what I mean? So, then Kim claps back and she say, you know, Kourtney stole my wedding country. And she stole the guy that sings at my wedding. That's not the same thing, Kim. You know how many people get married in the United States of America? I'm not going to say, you stole my wedding country. Okay, you know how many people get married in the United States of America? You know how many people get married in Italy and all the, and all a bunch of countries. But we can't say, oh, you stole my country. It's not about the country, is what Kourtney's talking about. She's talking about the vibe of it all, like the look, depending on what type of look you were going with your wedding, whoever listening right now, if you had old Hollywood, if you were going for a traditional, non-traditional, this or that, whatever, no matter what country you have it in, people can still copy your idea. It's not the country or the person you had singing at the wedding. It's the idea, the vibe, the look of the wedding is what Kourtney was talking about. I think Kourtney was really, really hurt. I think Kourtney doesn't really, I think she appreciates being famous, but I don't think she enjoys being famous. You know what I mean? It's a difference. Some people appreciate it and say, you know what? I appreciate this, but I don't enjoy it. You know what I mean? And I also seen the part where Kim was like, well, Kylie was doing the same thing. You didn't get upset about that. That was very interesting. When she said that, I'm like, wow, I didn't know that. And she said, well, Kylie is always in Kylie's world, but I thought you would, basically saying, Kim, she thought you would know better. I think Kourtney feels closer to Kim and Khloe, even though they hurt her the most. I think Kourtney loves Kim and Khloe the most because they're like the three that started it all. They're from the same father. So they hold a more deeper connection. They hold more of a deeper connection. Do y'all see me good? Okay, just make sure y'all see me. I had to turn on the light because the sunlight went down. So they hold more of a deeper connection with each other, because of they share the same father. So maybe that could have been it. Maybe Kourtney felt like, you know what? No, like I feel worse at the fact that you did it versus than Kylie. Maybe that could be it. I have no idea, but I do know that when I seen the conversation between them, I can't say Kim was ready to be a listening ear. I could tell that Kim was ready to listen. She was ready to receive it all. She was ready to just sit back and listen, because Kim knows she can sometimes just say things and it come out mean. So I take my hat off to Kim for listening, because sometimes I'm not a good listener and I just talk and don't hear what anyone else is saying. So I can't say Kim was listening to her when I listened to the conversation, but I also can look in Kourtney's eyes and see Kourtney was hurt. Kourtney is just not hurt by the wedding per se. I think she's hurt by a bunch of different things that has played up into this moment. I don't think the problem is too, I don't think, even though she is closer, it's a fly in here, you guys, I'm so sorry. Even though she is closer, I just said she feels closer to Kim than she does to Kylie. I feel that she doesn't feel close to Kim anymore, and it's hurting her, because she thought, she wouldn't think in a million years that her and Khloe and Kim would be so pulled apart. And so she's hurt by that. And she's hurt that she feels that them two are toxic and she has to pull herself away from family. And that's in a lot of people relationships, whether it's with your mother, your father, your uncle, your siblings, whoever. Sometimes family can be toxic, and sometimes you have to pull yourself away from them. And I think that in her mind, she feels like, you know what? It could be this show. It could be us being famous that got us to this point. And then they just keep feeding after fame. They want more and more and more and more and more and more, even though the fame is what has caused us to pull apart. I guarantee you that's what Kourtney is thinking. So in all honesty, you guys, I pray for them. I hope that they can get it together, because at the end of the day, they all are sisters. You know, if their money leave today, guess what? They're still going to be sisters. So I pray that they have gotten together. It was a picture that Kim posted of her and Kourtney at a sleepover. I think it was North and Penelope. I don't know. Somebody did a joint birthday party, and they were there together in those pink pajamas, which I thought was cute. But I don't think it's all the way back. I don't think that it's all the way back the way it was before. I think that they still have a lot of work to do. But in my opinion, okay, I really feel that Kim needs to listen more. Kim also needs to realize that just because a person doesn't think the way you think, act the way you act, would do things the way you would do, doesn't mean that they're bad people. You know what I'm saying? Like, y'all can forgive all of the guys y'all been with in the past that has done things to y'all in the media, said these different things and everything. You forgive them, but it seems like y'all get irritated with the sight of Kourtney. Every time Kourtney walks in the door, it's like, oh my God. You know what I mean? So it's like, if y'all can forgive outsiders, y'all definitely can just acknowledge the fact that your sister is different. Let them be different and accept their differences. All of y'all are different. Chloe's house look completely different from Kim's house, and that is okay. Everybody don't have to be the same. You know, Kourtney may eat different, may do different things. That's fine. You know what I mean? Let them be different. You know what I mean? Let them be different. And I just feel like Kourtney gets ratted on a lot and picked on a lot because she's different. She does things differently. She parents her kids differently. She does things a different way. And, you know, it's okay to give your advice as a sister, but if they're not doing nothing like negative or illegal or something that can cause great harm to them inside and out, let them be themselves. Just let them be themselves. People are going to be themselves. When a person show you who they are, believe them and keep it pushing, okay? And just love and embrace your sister for who she is. All of y'all are different. They're all different. And I think that was the problem with Rob too. I know this conversation not about Rob, but Rob was himself, and they couldn't take it that he was himself, you know? And sometimes when people are themselves, people look at it as, you know, we try to help me with what? I'm just being myself. Whatever I'm saying or doing, long as it's not negative, you will be okay. Okay? Just let people be themselves. And I hope Chloe and Kourtney get it together. And they probably have already. You know, we're just seeing the early on stuff. But, you know, sisters, at the end of the day, sisters are going to remain sisters forever. No matter how famous they get, no matter how, if the money get taken away, they're still going to be sisters. So I just pray for them. I hope they work it all out. And you guys, thanks for coming to Dee's World. Again, this was my opinion, so don't get on me in those comments, okay? But you guys, thanks for coming to Dee's World. And if you like videos like this, we talk about celebrities, and I just give my honest opinion, and you know, you want to hear it and all that other kind of stuff, make sure you subscribe to my channel today, and I will see you guys for another video. Bye. Mwah.